Good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. Tonight we have another edition of the Hong Kong House of Cards Mage Edition. This is a scene that's been needing to happen for a while so that the mages of the city can decide on a new speaker since Jacob went up in a ball of silver fire taking out a infernalistic Sumise bitch. The meeting will actually be taking place at the Observatorium in the courtyard in the middle of the Observatorium itself. Relatively peaceful, serene, and most importantly, quiet and shielded. So, on the scene right now would be Adept Jones, Master DeSalle, and more members of the Order of Hermes that are milling about, relatively unknown. What was his name? Apprentice Williams has even taken a break from his role at the museum to come over and take part of this as well. So we'll go ahead and have people intro, starting with Tiger, then Solon, Benjamin, Deanna, and then Ari, and then I'll bring in Arthur.
I actually get to go first for once. Jason will have already probably been there, given that he kind of stays there. He'll just be waiting for things. And shooting the shit as much as well as you can with them.
Tiger, your voice is going in and out a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jason will have already just kind of been there because he kind of lives there, and just kind of generally shooting the shit with Jones as much as he can. Actually dressed in his Order of Hermes gear, so he has the robe and full wizard thing going on for once.
Okay, go on, Solon.
I was actually trying to see if I could grab Cole real fast. He might make a late. Is it okay if he makes a late addition at some point? We can just say he got the text late. Okay.
That's fine.
In that case, for right now, Dimitri, Asuka, and Ava would arrive. Presumably dressed in something not too ostentatious. Just they were told to arrive for this meeting. They kind of have an idea what's going on. We're electing a new leader for the mage group. And what's the location look like from their perspective?
You would have been led through the observatorium into a very large courtyard with a couple of trees, some standing stones, a small babbling brook that seems to go from one spot to another, but doesn't seem to be linked in from the outside at all. As well as a few, an amphitheater-like setup with chairs and a stage.
Nice. Ava hasn't seen this before, but Dimitri and Oscar, or at least they remember the building. They probably never saw this part of it.
All right. Okay, so whenever you're ready to intro yourselves.
I thought I did.
Oh, okay. Then go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, Asuka's traveling alongside Dimitri. She's wearing at least a professional suit. But other than that, just hanging beside him and watching the others.
Okay, Ava? I mean, Deanna. Sorry, go ahead and intro Ava.
Okay.
Oh, I think she thought you were telling her to leave.
Oh, no, I said intro. I said intro, right?
You said intro.
Okay.
Oh
That
my
point, go ahead and intro yourself, Ari, for Serena.
Alright, well, Serena is going to make her way there, and she's sober for once. Dressed as she usually is, goggles, backpack, jacket, whole 9 yards.
Okay. Arthur will walk in, For once, his outfit has changed. He's actually wearing green druidic robes that have been inlaid with silver runes. The moon has become more prevalent on his robes than they were before. His silver amulet is actually outside of his shirt and hanging in front of his robes. He looks, for those of you who have seen him, these are his ceremonial robes, but he's made some modifications. Silver hair and eyes, obviously apparent. Carrying his packs of, well, herbs and medicines and medical supplies, as well as a substantial amount of weed. At this point, Adept Jones will stand up in front and will look out and say, "Thank you everyone for coming. This has been a long time needed with the loss of our esteemed Master Jacob, who was the Speaker of the House. Our voice has gone unheard for too long amongst the other supernaturals as far as a recognized leader. Therefore, I'm asking those present to put forth names to speak for the mages in all things, especially for the Tarot Council." He'll look around at everybody and then say, "I would like everybody here to consider an individual that they believe best represents the cause of our house as a whole and can be fair towards our people in all things." At that point, Depp Jones will step down. Master DeSalle has actually put on very outlandish robes today. As opposed to his usual camo, he's actually wearing true House Flambeau order robes. So black and red with splashes of orange. And he seems to be carrying something nobody's seen before. He actually has a staff in his hand. So the various NPC mages will be looking around curiously to see if anybody's going to put anybody up for nomination.
Jason will raise a hand, I guess.
Alright, Depp Jones will motion to Jason Morley.
Nominating Master DeSalle, given that he's the highest ranked of all of us. And generally a pretty cool guy regardless.
Jones will say, does anybody have any objection to Master DeSalle becoming the new speaker? Does anybody have another nomination? He'll then look to the other people that are not Order of Hermes. Mr. Dragomir, Miss Langley, Miss Novak, Mr. Wainwright. Do you have any nominations in mind as well?
From what I hear, Arthur Wainwright seems to have done quite a lot for the defense of the city. I would nominate him.
Arthur's going to look a little confused at that.
Hey, the only mage Serena's met that she likes, so she's going to nominate you.
Okay. Arthur's going to say, well, I appreciate that. I've definitely done a lot that I can. If I were to become the speaker, I would have to give up the position of temperance. At which point, if you guys want me to be your speaker and anybody wants to take on the role of temperance, let me know. He'll look at... Jones will say, well, we've got a nomination for Master DeSalle, and we've got a nomination for Arthur. He'll then look at Dimitri and Asuka. As you are members of the House, your voice counts equally amongst us all.
I haven't met enough of you to have formed any opinions.
That's fair.
Dimitri looks like he's a little undecided. While I am confident that Mr. Wainwright could do either job, he's been proving one well enough, and I believe he would be competent at doing the job of a speaker. I am loath to, well, Would we have any reason to believe that the Seed of Temperance would go to another of our kind, or would it be going to a... It could be anyone afterwards.
Arthur will just say it can be anyone. I mean, preferably someone who best fits the house, the position, especially given the fact that right now there are so many positions that are vacant that need to be filled. One thing I will be doing, regardless of the role I'm in, is trying to grab people to get a tarot cord going. Fortunately, there's enough of the tarot council in this house that I can say, hey guys, let's get this going. Because we've got positions to fill, and we've got defenses to build, and we've got stuff that we need to do. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but there's an active hive in the city that needs to get stopped.
Do I know what that is?
No.
Active hive of bots.
Black Spiral Dancers.
Do I know what that is? I think I
Yes.
do, right? Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
Destruction furries.
yes,
Yeah.
that. They use the term worm tainted, I believe, but
Yeah.
yes, same thing. In that case, I will second the nomination for Mr. Wainwright.
Jones will look over at Master DeSalle and look at Jason. Master DeSalle's like, well, I am probably the oldest mage here, if not one of the oldest mages in existence, but I do that by keeping to the shadows and being good at what I do. Being in the spotlight is not really that positive for me, but if you guys want me, I'll do it. At which point Arthur will say, well, we all know how I feel. So if you want me to speak for us, I'm more than happy to do so. However, typically the oldest amongst us has been the speaker, so we'll leave it to a vote. So, at that point, Adept Jones will say, all in favor of Master DeSalle, and a couple of the Hermetics will raise their hands. Jones will raise his hand because he follows protocol.
Please don't raise his hand.
Okay, so it's 5. And all in favor of Arthur.
Serena votes Arthur.
Okay.
Dimitri will vote for Arthur.
And Asuka's going to raise her hand alongside Dimitri because she trusts him.
Alright, alongside with that, you'll actually have 2 of the life mages amongst the Order of Hermes that'll vote for Arthur. And you'll also have... God, there was one other person. Oh, Apprentice Williams, who's pissed off at having to be the only other person in the city that can create dross, or tasks, or gnosis, is also going to raise his hand. So, at that point, Arthur just looks, oh man, really? At that point, Jones will speak up. Well, it seems that Arthur Wainwright, adept of the Ravenna tradition, will now speak for all mages in the city. Arthur's just like, I got some phone calls to make. If any of you want to put your name forward for Temperance, please let me know. Master DeSalle will raise his hand, and Arthur just gives him a look. You're the most blowy up stuff person in the city. Do you really want to be the Seat of Temperance? No, I just thought it'd be funny. Alright. At that point, Jones will say, well, and if there's no other business, does anybody have any other business to bring up, especially to our new speaker?
Dimitri actually looks over towards Serena. He doesn't raise his hand, but he's looking.
Serena will glance back at Dimitri, but then she'll clear her throat and ask, does anyone have any connection to the Triads here?
Dimitri's going to facepalm at that.
Arthur will say, last I knew, Riker Lynch and a troll by the name of Binu.
Well, Riker's not a possibility anymore, but I need to arrange a meeting to sell something.
Alright, I'll see if he'll look over Jason. You know Binu, right?
Yep.
Do you think you can get him to talk to his friends in the Triad?
Maybe.
Alright, at that point, Arthur will look back to Serena. Jason will get you in touch with the appropriate people, hopefully.
Very well.
Arthur will then look around and say, anybody else? Going once, going twice. Sold. Okay, I got some text to spend, so... good night. At which point he's going to start running out of the courtyard going, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
He ran out of the courtyard and never stopped.
Like
Legend
people
has
actually
he's still running.
people actually try to shake his hand and he'll just run past them.
He just wants to sit in the big chair, doesn't he?
Now his new name is Rincewind.
Forces 3, he runs faster.
Yeah. No, his new name is actually, oh god, what happened? This wasn't supposed to happen this way.
It wasn't supposed to be like this, man.
Yeah, at which point, everybody will start filing out. Master DeSalle will walk over to Jason and say, hey, you tried. It's probably a good thing, though. I'm gonna go change out these robes because I look fucking ridiculous.
That you do. The big old steak doesn't help much either.
He'll look at the staff and just say, you do know what this is, right?
Nope.
Good. And then he walks off with it.
Can I do Order of Hermes lore? Would that get me anything?
It's a .5 wonder, so
It's a boomstick.
Could I try to scan it with Prime to figure out what it does?
watch the weaving. Yeah, I'll let you guys know right now. If you do, you'll probably figure it out because it's a legendary wonder. It's the Staff of Power.
You know what this mage group needs?
More explosions?
Well, that too. We need Arch Chancellor Mudstrom Ridcully.
Alive or dead?
Alive!
He's more fun when he's dead.
So, you basically, with that roll, there is a huge amount of forces energy rippling through that thing. It literally is a boomstick. If you've ever heard any legends, if you guys play D&D, right?
Yes.
Have you ever looked up the Staff of Power?
No.
I think I did once.
Staff of Power can alternate between shooting fireballs and shooting lightning bolts. If you break it over somebody with it, it will explode.
Ouch.
Yeah. That is a lost wonder from like the Age of Dreams. So,
I think
yeah.
if you broke it, he'd be pissed.
I think if you broke it, you'd be Ash.
Yes. You, the person who was wielding it, and everybody within like 10 kilometers, just gone.
Nice.
Well, that's not 10 kilometers, more like 20 yards or so.
So what you're saying, on one hand, if we break it, then we won't have to worry about the technocracy anymore, but on the other hand, we won't have to worry about Hong Kong anymore?
Exactly. Yeah, pretty much. Most of Hong Kong would just go away with it.
This is the sort of thing you break over Kane's head.
Yeah. And he'll still walk away from it, though.
Yeah. But it was worth a shot.
Yeah. So everybody's heading to their corners, so to speak. Does anybody have any other business that you want to discuss amongst each other?
I don't know, Jason will call up to the Emerald Mother and just be like, hey, he's fine there. Go ahead and get this sorted out.
Oh, let's see. He's in training. Apparently he's pissed off about something.
Oh, well, could you have him call me back? It's Jason. It's important.
Sure, I'll have him get back in touch with you.
Cool, thanks.
So, I'll text you that stuff later. Basically, just communication back and forth, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Nope.
Alright, we'll go ahead and stop it then. Thank you, players, for playing. It was a short scene. If we had any watchers, thank you for watching. It's been another edition of Hong Kong House of Cards. Have a good night.
Never trust the progenitors.